Well, greetings, hello, and welcome to another episode of our live stream series. Hello, welcome in. Jay Dizzle, John Mary. Good day, how's it going? I've done some shopping for some new assets. We have quite a few new things to work on. Very excited. CD's looking good. And some fun thoughts for some long-term stuff here. All right, well, let's just jump in, why don't we, eh? All right, so goals for today. We need to make sure that we're adding some new public transit, 'cause it's been an ongoing theme. We want to make sure that we're trying to add some more density to our skyline, showing off some new assets. And then just starting to fill in a bit more of, like, the missing pieces here, you know? All right. Well, without further ado, let's jump in. Good feedback, too, on the port, by the way, eh? Ah, man, maybe I started a little bit of work over here. Yeah, I downloaded some more generic industrial stuff to kind of help fill this in. Let's start with that. Maybe those are signature buildings. How is Jedi today? Feeling better? Yes, feeling much better. Almost 100%. And how is Chadizzle today? Because, yeah, I think, like, when I loaded this up, this little set of buildings here looked like they were a little bit out of place. So I'm going to replace that one if I can. Well, that fits rather well there, doesn't it? Oh, but you know what? I think these are the exact same assets that we used, like, right there, eh? We're at 2 seconds in, and we're already ready to marker clock and start again, eh? Oh, that's not bad, actually. I lied. Okay. Doing well, waiting for work at work. Ooh, that's a tricky one, right? Because you don't want to seem like you're too, you know, available. At the same time, too, you also want to make sure that you're, like, you know, kind of flying under the radar, right? Don't ruin it for everyone else, you know? All right. In my mind, I thought I actually had a few more of these. Huh. Okay, well, let's make do with what we got. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Stu! Hello, welcome in. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted here by the kitty cat. Yeah, those don't really want to work together, do they? Oh, that's better. And then parking lot that, perhaps? Yeah, let's try that. Would it be good to get the goal? Would it be good to, wow, John Mary. Let me try to read that in English one more time here. Would be good to get the goal to get some of the space assets into that build, as often no one gets that far in a series to get them placed. The space stuff, like actual, like, you mean the, like, the Hadron Collider and all those things? Or what do you mean? Apparently I can't read today. For grammar, no. I'm also not batting 100. Let me drink some more coffee, you know? Our goal would be, though, to try to get as late game as possible. It'd be really nifty. Like, we do have the assets already, like, ready to go. The Hadron Collider, making some kind of, like, research facility, you know? So we'll see how it evolves, but I do want to make my own custom airport, and we could have, like, a space center, like next to it or something cool like that. I actually like that a lot more now. Funny enough, though, it's the exact same asset that I was trying to, like, not use again right there. I think because it's angled the other direction, though, it's a bit better. Okay, well, let's just keep on filling in some generic industry here. Livestock processing facility. Let's move that a little bit further into the farm area. And Stu, how are you doing today? Welcome in. Oh, that's a cool building, eh? Oh, that's really cool. That almost looks like it's going to be like storage for an airport, eh? Stu, not too bad today, man. I got a little bit carried away in the workshop, as one would. That's a cool building, but how can we use that correctly, I wonder right now. Let me pull this back a little bit. Give these guys like a little facility or something, you know? Yeah, the Space Center and then the Hadron Collider assets in the game. Endgame assets due to unlocks, people never really get them. I agree. I don't think I've ever actually placed the Hadron, besides just kind of looking to see what it looks like. Well, I can conclusively say that we are definitely not done with this city yet. Not even remotely close, so... I can see that as a very good goal for us to work towards. I think small roads are lacking a bit of variety. Agreed. Agreed. And I think, like, you've heard me say this a million times, you guys, but, like, one thing that I would love to see is kind of, like, a custom deck for the, like, the bridges and that kind of stuff. Like, you could pick the under, pick what kind of road goes on, and then pick an upper part of it. Something to that effect could also be done to, just like roads in general, like a basic road builder. There's a mod that has a really nice kind of interface where you can add like a tram track and like pick what lane that goes into. That should be vanilla, I think. Gosh, this looks so cool over here, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that looks good, but it's almost like off weirdly with that one. But then like no one's gonna plan. I'm overthinking this. Anyway, let's keep going here, eh? Plenty of assets I want to show you too, so let's not get too bogged down. And then this is the one that has the truck. Yep. And I can get a little bit more concrete perhaps in here. And these guys, I just feel like a fence or something maybe, eh? Steven! Well. Hello, welcome in. Steven, how's your day? No way, that creates one supersized intersection. That's ridiculous, dude. We're playing some Subnautica! No way. I like that game. Are you continuing your playthrough? Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for here, but I thought I had downloaded a few other... I may have downloaded, without realizing it, some, like, growable assets. So I'm going to zone just a little bit. I don't mean to be all over the place right here. I feel like we're having a poor start. Let's see if we can get some momentum back in the wind, eh? All right, so I need to build effectively, like, a fence or a perimeter border. Then we can kind of, like, seal this in. I wish we had, like, a little border gate or something we could put for the train track area. But yeah, let me zone a little bit of generic industry here. We'll fill in some gaps that way. We'll circle back around afterwards. Oopsies. And then we'll use our surface tool, and we'll fill a few things in. Steven, I have such an urge to play more Subnautica 2, but I really want more of that content in there now. And then I, as well, need to finish my Subnautica 1 playthrough, you know? My 17th attempt. I've only ever beaten that once, eh? Oh, that's cool. Ooh, I like that. That's better already. Steven, I actually downloaded something specifically for you, funny enough, that we talked about in a live stream. Where would that be, though? If I do a search for... Steven, what's that really nice venue hall thing? Remember you suggested it one time on Twitch? Will this work, Wisconsin? Yes, the Monona Terrace. That's the one. Yes, dude. Cool, Steven, it worked. Okay, let's put this on the waterfront near the, yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Oh, interesting. We might be able to incorporate the walkway and then a queue wall terraform is back. Why am I drawing a blank? Where are my bicycle stuff? There it is. I feel like there's so many options sometimes to, like, click, you know? But yeah, this could be, Let's bring the queue wall in, and let's try to get the bicycles going in here correctly. Because, yeah, it's a cool asset, right? Oh, you know what? Let's not have it there just because of the bus stops. Okay. I think many moons ago, I had talked about wanting to put some more, like, trams along here. I don't know if that idea is still, like, gung-ho for this side, but that'd be kind of interesting. But what are we doing really to help out with our buses then, you know? Hmm. Yeah, I have a lot of really cool ideas that we've kind of floated throughout the kind of like, you know, course of our conversation with this build. And I want to try to implement some of them today. I do really feel like I'm a bit all over the place. And so if I'm a little bit indecisive, let's drop in some stuff that we know we wanted earlier. And then part of that crazy thought process could be like an elevated walkway. And there was also just a random conversation about maybe doing a elevated bus route. I think the vertical game is really fun to work on in cities, right? The elevated tram or metro. And that probably would end right here just because of the sake, or this, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. We'd probably end there because of the metro. I don't know, man. Because, yeah, if we did a bus that was, like, elevated or an elevated pedestrian walkway, where would that go? Now, the King Street project is a cool one. I'm gonna think on that one too. We've got a lot on the back burner right here. Let's just continue moving along our queue wall. Okay, cute. Where was that? Interesting. There's not an upgrade tool for your bicycle, eh? Your bicycle path? Okay, let's try for the key wall again here. But then, yeah, what do we do with this? Do we, like, wrap around the same shape? Here's my thought, right? We could do gentle there. And I cut that part out. No. And we can try to, like, connect these buildings together, eh? Dom! Hey, what's going on? Tom, welcome in. How's your day? Yeah, that's cool, right? Oh, that is cool. Yeah. All right. That can be a little bit cleaner, sure. There we go. Also, there we go again. Dom, not too bad. I feel a little discombobulated today, and I feel it's kind of like making me indecisive. It's the worst, eh? I have like too many ideas in my head right now, and then I spent a lot of time, I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of time downloading stuff. So I have like in my mind, did I download it or not? I don't know. I'm doing well though. I'm doing well. But apparently not all here yet, which is okay. Some days, you know, that's all right. That is cool though. This is a brand new asset. We downloaded this one with Steven in mind. It comes from Madison, Wisconsin. Beautiful waterfront asset right here. And I managed to find one singular nightclub. I'm not sure like how to still properly use those neons, but I have all that still on my mind though. And I think we're going to maybe clean that line up to be a bit straighter. And then I'm happy with this. Cool. And then you guys would need some parking for sure. That's a wild shadow. And so I think for the parking situation here, land value would be pretty expensive. So I imagine like a parking garage and then maybe like a little underground or something to that effect. Or like we'd be encouraging very highly public transit to come in and out of here. I think most likely. We can do that. I know that the parking lot roads mod is back in action. I want to try, I think, that one out at some point too. I feel like this series is kind of like a little bit of a test series as well. Already starting to plan for the next one. One day, I think our goal would be to do like a European style build, but for those of you that know me and have been around for a while, that's kind of like my end game boss, you know? Otherwise, how are your guys' builds going, eh? Or like, how many of you have officially like dusted off the digital dust? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. There's got to be an uptick somewhere, right? In player count. Okay, looking natural. Then yeah, elevated bus, maybe along this portion. I don't know why this desire to suddenly put that in, but or like having some like bus lanes, you know? We can start maybe small with that one. Let's say these guys have their own like bus that comes in, picks up, drops off the peoples here. I think we've like learned if we don't make a push for more park stuff, it's going to end up feeling pretty bland here. So let's just keep putting some of that in as well. Yeah, on console, so I'm stuck with CS1. The remaster is cool though. The remaster edition, that's a really nifty thing they did. You can drive cars around in that, eh? I feel like that's like actual FOMO for the PC. Hmm. I am kind of surprised there's not like a remastered for PC as well, with a bit more like functionality or something to it. Feel like Cities 1 definitely got like a second breath of life, just because Cities 2 is a bit stalling. Underground parking, there you go. Yeah, if we could kind of like parkify this a bit. Here's some roads for snappies. Some new parkettes. Yeah, I downloaded, I don't even know how many assets. It was maybe like 40 in total. Kind of all through the board. But we got a little bit more train stuff too. Oh, weird. Huh. I see. And guys, 18 episodes in now. That's crazy, right? That's really cool. I appreciate you guys coming in. And to my VOD warriors, quite a few hundred of you. I appreciate that. Thank you much. That's cool. It's honestly, it's good making content again. And it's fun having so many people be like enthusiastic and be like back, you know? I appreciate it. I'm getting a little bit dorky today. All right, so maybe like a little parquet restaurant. We could do, oh, you know, it'd be really beautiful right in here. The urban promenade, mixed use. Yeah. You can park underneath the facility. I might get rid of that. Should we have like a flashback episode soon? I mean, what would that entail, eh? Yeah, that might look really fresh in here. The last time on Imperial Jedi. Well, we're not really... Like, are we episodic, or are we just kind of, like, going with the vibe, I feel like, these days? This feels more like a vibe series now. We're just kind of, like, hanging out, you know? It's like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up, man? What have you been working on? Well, let me show you. We spitball some ideas. I think I went in all, like, serious, you know? Now it's kind of like, yeah, let's just see where it takes us. I just feel like right now I have a lot of ideas on the go, and I like to kind of see more of them through, but... tough sometimes, you know? Always desire to, like, do more. But be patient. I should have some new, yes, new trees. Oh, that's cool. Japanese maple. That's a nice little transformation. And then my only nightclub, Electro Rock Dance Club. Rock and roll, baby. Where does that want to live? Maybe like right down here near the stadium. The goal of this is to create like nice vibes from the night shot. And we used to have a parking lot right here, I think. This is definitely a little bit nicer, I'd say, right? Jadisel, would you supply the voiceovers? Oh, that's got to be a road. Oh. Of course! Oh no, should I be worried? It's rather enthusiastic. See, that's cool! That actually is cool right there. Oh, if you want the viewership to drop, listen. Renaissance Hotel. Yes, dude. Alright, now we're cooking. When you can't quite get the zoning square to snap there, I swear to gosh, eh? I swear, one of these is gonna be the right size. Okay, well, we'll just make our own. Oh, will you? Yeah, I will. Thank you. Well, I mean, well, pay for effort, sort of. I think mixed with my indecision today is like, these just don't, you know, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of building the puzzle right now. I don't really know what it looks like, but I'm putting pieces down to see if they fit, and these ones don't feel like they fit. A 3x3 park. How does that not exist in this game? Okay, that I will absolutely take. And I'm going to put a big oak tree right in the middle of that, too.
At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is clear.
Nope. Yeah, I think the entrance to the parking lot there, eh? Davis, hello there. Davis, good to have you. How we doing today? Yeah, just leave that like that. Davis, not too bad today. Not too bad today. I feel like I'm in this rush to go nowhere, but slowly piecing together. My brain's in this, like, I just want to see this city, like, 10 or 15 more episodes down the road. I'm just like, wow, this is getting so cool. I'm also, like, forgetting is like, oh, you have to be the one to build this right now, sir. And just watch. The Buc-ee's. All right, I did this for Yang. We downloaded the Buc-ee's. I didn't download the super-sized one, though. We downloaded the one that's, like, a relatively decent size to work with. I think the Buc-ee's maybe, like, near the Walmart. You officially don't have your own highway exit for this, and I feel like you absolutely would, wouldn't you? Like, the exit right there, definitely not that far, but it's almost like we want to sneak one more little trumpet in here just to serve the gas station. Let me pop this down, see how it looks. It's kind of been the motive of the day, it feels like. Yeah, Buc-ee's, eh? I'm not going to pretend like I understand why these guys aren't working. I do feel like we would have an interchange here. All right, let's see if we can get one in. Okay, so Buc-ee's, and we'll close off that block. Walmart needs all of its parking, so maybe we don't have that block actually do that. Not one of those soundtrack songs here that just give you the nostalgics. Yeah, I think it's like Synthetic Dawn for real is the one for me. This feels like the most iconically cities to me. Feels like another one of those moments where parking lot roads would shine. Is getting the vanilla parking spots to kind of like match what you're trying to do if the area's already been built, you know, like or is pre-built, that's a toughie, eh? Zonable parking though, that would have been such a nice thought. I really like the fact that we're in the part of the game's like development that like anything can still happen. You know, like DLC-wise, content-wise, like collaboration-wise. That's a weird hill. Yeah, let's redo this, because the Walmart itself would just have its own little, like, entrance in a, like, parking lot that would make sense around it for, like, the scale. We'd have, like, yeah, a bit more planning, I think, for that. So let's redo this. And then we'll try to fit an interchange in. If it feels like the interchange doesn't want to be there, we can always get rid of it, but I think if I don't make it, it's going to be like, well, always going to be wondering what if. All right, so one thing at a time here. There's a hill we're going to have to deal with, which will make this extra challenging. But we do like a good challenge. Jan, weekend wasn't that bad, dude. Welcome in. Nice chill Tuesday. I feel like when it's summertime, though, the days just feel so discombobulated, you know? Okay. Marker clack, take 7, right? So I'm envisioning kind of like a road that goes directly into the Walmart, the old Wally Mart here. Perfect. And then we'd have the Walmart itself. Why are you talking like that? Leave me alone. Yeah, right. Did that road go in crooked? I don't want to talk to you. There we go. So we'd have that going into this dead center. There we go. And then we'd have our driving road like that. Very mixed weather. Mixed of cloudy rain, thunderstorms. I love me a good thunderstorm. Thunderstorms don't really exist out west, though. Like, not really. It's kind of strange. They do, but not really. Like, especially if you're in, like, Tornado Alley, like, those kind of thunderstorms, like, holy moly, dude. Alright, that's cool. That looks so much better already. I think this gives us a chance now for a bit more, like, shopping. I know we have, like, a big box area nearby, but... Oh, man. That would have been a happy accident if that was just the right size. I'm going to see if I can move all this together. Now, is there a way, can I just, like, use arrows to move this? No. I have to click and drag, okay. It's just, how do you know if it's, like, symmetrical again, though? Okay, well, that's clearly too much now. Oh, for Pete's sake. Let's, now that we know a bit better, let's redo this. I was saying this earlier, like, we're arming ourselves with knowledge. That's the whole goal of this, right? Let's get good. Let's get smart. This game is evolving. All right, so road going this way. Parking lots. And so that's got to be right at that one, right there, whatever that means to your... It is a wild panda in chat. Jan, is Panda aware though of your alter ego over here? Oh, you do know Shumway. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to be all cool. Okay, now if I tap this, will the road make the trees go away? No. We kind of met last year. Yeah, but does she know your YouTube alter ego is what I'm saying. But she apparently does, so never mind. Listen, I'm just trying to be cool, all right? You know? I prove often that that's not a fact, so... Thanks for reminding me. Okay, that looks so much better. Thank you for planning this out. You're very welcome. I am appreciative of you. All right, so Walmart, big old sign. That way you can see it near the highway. And then trying to get a sneaky interchange still. I do like that as a thought. Okay. And then now a perimeter around this. We need to have some crossover episode in the future where it's Panda playing Cities. Trying to see if she's learned, you know, this is not Red Dead. Pipster, hello? How dare? It's true, it's not Red Dead. It's true. Hipster, welcome in. How we doing today? Okay, I think that's good for property size. Oh, I always dare. Well, I got nothing. I got nothing in rebuke then. Please enter your rebuttal. English is such a weird language, man. I want to go down this rabbit hole right now, but All right, so my homework. I still need to learn how to use the neon signs, but I think parking lot roads. And I downloaded the parking lot roads mod, and I don't even know how to get it started. You have to like configure or talk to some save file, and then it'll suddenly work with the rest of your stuff. Okay, I don't think we are symmetrical on both sides here, but let's not stress too much about that. The color of the parking lot could be different. I want kitties. You got to stream the kitties. I could put a photo of them in the description somewhere. Otherwise, you guys see them on Twitch. I don't really do a camera over here, as you know. Did someone say kitties? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Philip and Penelope. Oh, there we go. That's better. Emphasis on the adorable part. Pretty much the only reason why I watch the streams. Well, what are you doing here then? There's no video. Okay. Okay, so this side, relatively spaced.
Space. The final frontier.
Oh my god, please don't. Adorable kittens is a pleonasm. What am I reading? English is complicated enough. What does that mean in English? Is it like pleasant? That's not bad, eh? And then what do you want to put over here? Maybe another Wally Mart sign. If I chuck this anywhere, can that be moved with Move It mod? No, it cannot. Okay, that's not the end of the world. And if I wanted to get rid of a single sign, that gets rid of the entire building? Okay. I think there's a mod or some way to disconnect that one, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe like a little spot for the people to have a break outside. The old gazebo. Irish, what do you need from Wally Mart there, buds? Walmart is like fairly convenient, especially in Canada. And Walmart just opened their first union in Canada, or something to that effect. Some clickbait where it's kind of like, oh, really? Different, yeah, different set of everything compared to the States, Walmart, which is weird. No, it's messed up with the, darn it. Darn it, eh? 5080. Does, I don't think Walmart sells that, does it? I may have just put that pathway there forever without having to like move the whole building. All right, who can keep a secret? Well, sugars. In the US, they sell video cards. Well, in Canada, they sell video cards too. But they have a 5080 though, right? Here we go. Big box dystopia. Yep. Perfect. No, I have some other assets to put in here. Make it look nice. Ooh, Chevron. Gas station. Near the Buc-ee's. Ooh, controversial. Listen, a little bit of competition's good for the consumer, right? I feel like if you're going to go somewhere, you'd go to Costco maybe as like a wild card for computer parts. Did you have a 5080? No way. For about 2K Canadian. Is that like a good price? I don't know how much like a video card goes for, besides a lot these days. Vincent, what up, man? Hotel El Dorado, baby. It's not that bad, to be honest. Oh my god, dude. I remember when I bought my 1080 Ti in like matching like it was a 1080 Ti Strix like combo. It was like the motherboard and 1080 Ti video card. I think it was like $1,200 or $1,500, and I almost died, dude. And that's like, knowing what we know now, that was the single greatest value proposition of the modern day century, right? All right, little waterfront hotel. Or no, the island. The island. You live on the island. Oh, you do. Oh yeah, brother. Oh, yeah, brother. Look at that. That spot was crafted for it. Get out of here. Get out of town. Look at that, eh? Cool. I have two Titans that were about $1,200 each. I remember that era also being mortified that a video card could cost more than $1,000. I remember... What was one of the best ones? I think I got a Radeon 5770 or 5780 maybe? It was like the old school Radeon series from like 20 years ago. I think I paid $150 for that. And that was like the most expensive card. And I bought it secondhand. That was the most expensive single computer item I think I had bought at that time, you know? I was like, oh my god. All right. I am all over the place, but I did say I would come back to here. I'm kind of going through the assets, putting them down, seeing where they fit. We should add some more stuff to here, but our adventure today started in the industrial port, and I just kind of neglected that. We're just jumping around. I feel like the generic zoning didn't quite serve what I was looking for here, so back to the drawing board. So, clonism is a redundancy in linguistic expression, such as black darkness. Aren't those also, stadialist? Why everything with you and your name? I love it, dude. Stadtionalist. I'm not going to pronounce that correctly. Isn't that like binary terms as well? Where you'd say like very unique. It's the same kind of idea. It's like the double redundancy. Remember I got the reference, Vega 56. Every time I boot my PC, I'm reminded of it. Still on my main setup. Who did the Vegas? Or the Vega 56? Who was that one? Like one of the voodoo cards or something? Vince, hope you're having a good day. Welcome in. Yeah, how do you fill this stuff in better, eh? It almost seems like we just blanket zone. You're not playing the game correctly. You know, it's just kind of like, oh. Ooh. Also, for the first time in history, take a look. Our demand for offices has gone up, eh? Anyway, I think in general, it's an expensive time to be buying, like, you know, computer parts. But just, like, computer parts also, in general, are so expensive. But if you got no choice, you got to upgrade. Like, yikes, eh? Okay, let's see how those come in. Oh, the old Plaza Theater. You know what I want to do? I'm going to move that one near the nightclub. The old Plaza Theater there, buds. Oh, next to the train station. That's cute. That's cool. That's like dorky. Mr. Chase, hello, welcome in. Still need something to kind of fill this part in here. All right, back to industry. We're getting there. Yeah, the seaport as a whole, I still need to kind of like make like the dividing wall. I think we're looking at some fencing options for that. But then I'm going to run into that problem where I can't create the fence I want because I don't have the prop line tool ability. No, that's not going to happen. Drogan, what up, dude? Drogan, hello, welcome in. Tempted to get a new GPU, but my 4070 still does good. If it does, just wait it out. Like, one, prices are, like, pretty high, but I think we're kind of due for some, like, you know, breakthrough, like, groundbreaking, you know, there's gotta be some new tech coming eventually, right? Then I kind of feel like we're at the top of this, like, you know, tech cycle. And some breakthroughs on, like, on the verge, you know? Yeah, with quantum computing, or whatever jazz is next. Wait on my stove to be delivered. Ooh, fancy. Wait, hold on. I'm having deja vu. Did I ask you about this? Is your stove connected to the internet? Is that one of those fancy ones? Or is that someone else? Oh, God, no. Yeah, I don't understand that desire, right? How you can preheat the oven? No, it's doing a firmware update. What? Okay, I am great. Vince, we knew this. You mean like relative to just in generals, though? You're doing great? Having kitchen appliances that connect to the internet is asking for trouble. Yeah, like one, like, you know, your home network could be attacked that way if you're actually worried about, like, you know, that stuff. And then it's like, why? Do you know what I mean? They're just taking data from you. If your stove was free on the condition that you had to have it connected to the internet as an option, you know? Yeah, I gotta save money. I'm just using the ad stove. You're like, all right, I get it. I get it. But if you're like paying money to bring like a billboard into your house, that doesn't make any sense to me, right? It's like TVs. TVs are inexpensive because you're the product, but TVs should be free at this point if they're covered in, you know, these ads or whatever, right? I need all the good vibes for Thursday. I just heard back from a company for a 10-minute phone interview. Vincent. Yo, let's go, dude. Vincent, you know what they say. You got to dress up. Even if they can't see you, it'll make you feel like it's more businessy. That's exciting, dude. Yeah, what is it? The Internet of Things? Is that the term? Okay, I think you guys need some, like, generic storage. I need more warehouse options. I kind of feel like I'm just having a thought where this game just needs more content. It's kind of an ongoing thought we've had here, but... tank farms. It'd be cool if these guys had parking lots, too, for, like, moving of cars. Like, if we were shipping cars in and out of the facility, you know? That's okay like that. This game out of early access now, I don't, like, I don't know what you would technically call this, but it's not an early access title. But at the same time, too, it's like, with a new developer, it does kind of feel like we're in early access, because everything is in this, like, well, who knows? You know what I forgot to do? Every freaking episode. The constant slope. I just looked at that being like, why is that not? Oh my heaven. Every episode. I'm remembering that the, someone mentioned this like a few episodes ago. But I'm now remembering that the, what's the word here? The mod for like making the traffic light. I can click a no U-turn as like a clicky preference. So I am starting to remember and learn. So there is hope for me, sort of. But I think I need to download some more assets to help me kind of like finish this off. Endgame boss style. I was just picturing like a big, massive fence system and then some trees. And this is kind of like our next, you know, gated way in. Maybe this is a like retaining wall vibe here. Helps kind of sell that a little bit, you know. I cannot wait for the new Grand Theft Auto. I cannot wait either, man. Talk about like next gen stuff. That's going to set a whole new. That also might be what people are waiting for when it comes to like, you know, PC parts, announcements, you know. With effectively Grand Theft Auto coming out, that is like pop culture history about to be made, right? And so why not ride that hype if you're like, you know, a marketing company or someone with a big product launch coming soon? Or like, I don't know, are we getting to the point, you know, like full circle? Like how big is that game going to be? Can you imagine that they sell, or like we get to the point where you buy kind of like a hard drive cartridge? Oh my God, can you imagine what kind of full circle that would be? You buy Grand Theft Auto on a special, like, you know, Western digital hard drive that you plug in that comes with a stand or something. Act now, get a free hat. We're prepping to receive day off requests. Yeah, that almost is like kind of, you know? But then if you're smart, do you like schedule a real procedure? Be like, no, I have a doctor's note. This is real. I actually have to, I can't be here today. They're like, all right, Clark. Everyone but Clark. You know, you're like, hell yeah, dude. But I feel like if you're in the industry, you know what I mean? Like, you know what's happening, right? Or it's like people call in sick to work and then they post a selfie of them playing like Grand Theft Auto to their social, and it's like, yeah. Yeah. Or it's like you call in sick to your boss. He's like, don't worry, I'm not feeling well either. And you both like, you know, your boss online. You're like, oh, hey, man, you know? Vacation time. Ooh. Mandated break. All right, well, if I got to take it, you know? But then what are you all doing with the news that it's going to be a console exclusive for the first bit, though? Historically, it's been 1 year of console before PC. So the console players get the beta tested for us at least, but... So help me goodness, why can't I find the size of a park? You know what I mean? Oh my heaven. Oh. Okay, almost. Oh, for heaven's sake. Cool. Much better, but I don't know how to describe it correctly, but I still feel like there's so much green space and just like, it's still not quite correct in here. But we're definitely getting close though. It's always true of Rockstar games. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Like, PlayStation must pay them a lot of money or something. Or how does that work, you know? I feel like in this day and age, like, if you're going to buy a console, you would have bought a console already, right? And then what happens for the new generation? Like, do you buy a console because it's, like, inexpensive compared to a PC to jump into initially? Do you go console because your parents go console? Do you go console because your friends have console? Is it inevitable that everyone ascends to PC? It's just a matter of time and money, and, you know, when all boxes are checked, you ascend? I no longer need this body. I am on an astral plane. Can't you put, like, gray concrete? Yeah, but then that kind of just feels blah. But I feel like that's the answer, though, you know? I'm not quite sure what I want in here. I just feel like something's missing still, though. You afford both console and PC? Yeah, but there's not really enough exclusives that it's like, oh yeah, you know? Or like, wouldn't your console just become this fancy thing that collects dust that you play when your friends come over? Otherwise, you're just playing online video games with your PC friends, right? My PC is a multi-tool. Right, anything you can do on PC, or like, why do you even need a console? Panda's PS4 paperweight. Well, that's kind of what I mean, right? They're helpful when you want them. I guess that is better, eh? Some trees make me feel better. I play on both every week, eh? Huh. But, like, you can literally connect your PlayStation controller to your PC. Steam has PlayStation exclusives. It's like a little facility building right here. Need a console on desired games or console only? Well, PlayStation said they're going to try to, like, cut back on single-player exclusives. Otherwise, like, the floodgate got open. You can buy anything on any platform, it feels like now. Okay, that's a bit better. Portability, I guess? Like, people don't really LAN party the way they used to, but portability? But I remember, like, lugging my actual PC around, though, on a bus back in the day, so I don't know. Alright, that's already a little bit better. Yeah, cons are being pushed because of the SaaS and the planned obsolescence. What is that? Okay, I'm going to go back to the shops. I'll get more assets, but I don't know how to describe it, but something still feels like it's kind of not quite correct. Oh, you know what? We need communication. Communication. Yep. Oh, much better. Lovely jubbly. And then maybe a smaller one over here. And then server farm. Great building. Great size. Kind of a nice transition from our, like, city to our, like, industry. / small town. And the small town also is going to need some love. It has been a hot minute since we've added anything to that. I feel like the organic storytelling element of our, like, series is kind of like, huh. Wasn't that kind of your, you know? Yeah, you know? Oh, yeah. No, I think, like, in regards to the story, I think our goal is if we zoom all the way out, do pieces kind of feel like they make sense where they are? If not, then maybe some shuffling is in order. That is strangely cool. Let's do that one across the whole way. I liked what we had there, but not quite. This becomes parking, sure. You'll own nothing, and oh my gosh, that whole thing. Oh boy. Get this video flagged for, you know? Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's the conspiracy theory says that they're trying to, like, you know, price people out of, like, the PC ownership. PC as a subscription service. I don't think I have enough coffee for this conversation, though. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god. Okay, server farm, and then more on that, like, transition from the city to the polluters. I feel like this incinerator is very close to our stadium. I feel like this maybe wants to take a little shuffle over to here. Try in here for size. They offer video card as a subscription service. Yeah, server farm stuff. That's not really anything new, but the fact that they have that, like, what's it called, the NVIDIA whatever, you know? And then initially that was like, oh yeah, unlimited access for like X amount per month. And then that got too popular, and now they're like base level tier. It's like, oh, you have so many hours. Oh, the coal power plant, right? The fact that these still aren't connected to, like, major power line pylons is like, huh. Quite a few things in the city that's kind of like, who left this for so long? It's like, well, to be honest with you, I think you did. Be like, what do you mean I did? Well, who else was doing it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm aware of the World Economic Forum. I'm just trying to make memes so we don't get, like, you know... I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube police, you know what I mean? This is out of my pay grade. All right, so a power line zone, kind of going that way. I'm not really sure how much this will affect our regional import-export, but this will help, I think, with that. Hipster, good luck. We'll see you soon. Okay, regional connection, power lines. Let's go, bud. This has been sitting here the entirety of our build, eh? I think this is my... No, it's not my own doing. I thought that switch was a little bit too close. Destination. Yeah, you're stuck right here, eh? I'm not sure how to fix that stop train right there. Because, yeah, we just backed up our whole system, eh? Oh, no. I saw that a while ago, too. I'm sure you guys did at the start of the episode. It just hasn't righted itself. Can you, like, click to, like, delete a stuck train? Yeah, Bolton's like the region, right? I'm gonna just pause. No, I don't think that's gonna solve the problem the way I want it to. Sugars. I may have to like redraw where the train routes went, but also may have just refound its own exit there. Aha! Found the culprit. There it is. Aha! Despawn disabled? Well, in Cities 2, I don't know what the condition for a despawn is, but they kind of make that like the absolute last factor. I remember like in the old days, you could like disable or like delete a vehicle, or like Traffic President had the ability to like, you know, despawn traffic. That's good though. That'll help. Yeah, Stadionalist. I can never say your name correctly. It exists in my mind correctly, but when I get to my mouth, it's like, yeah, everything as a subscription service, eh? Yikes. All right, so power connected that way. You guys are connected now. We wanted to bring the power plant in as well. And I almost feel like the power plant, like, you know, kind of like right in here, making it seem like it's a bit more part of the dock, even though it's not. Romy, the emojis are so weird on YouTube. They're trying though. They're trying. They want to have fun like Twitch does, but they don't know how to. Now, Cloverleaf's under pressure by traffic. It's not bad. There's just a little bit too much volume. And I've gone through a couple times now, Stu, and like added some extra lanes and a little bit more like, you know, traffic flow ability to it. And here we have the extra lane here. Traffic will sometimes bottleneck, but in the grand scheme, it's really not too bad, eh? It's been a minute since we've zoned in town. We can put a little bit of buildings in here. little bit more high density in near where the metro is. Yeah, I find that if we do like a big push for like, you know, a few blocks of zoning, I'll see the cascade, but then like the problems fix themselves because I think we have a decent transit system and the road hierarchy is like pretty good in the grand scheme. Silver, not here. What up, dude? If you were here, what would you be doing? Oh, no. We don't play hypotheticals here. Okay, so that going to say into here, would that work? Not really. Maybe leave that where it is, just for the moment. My favorite song in all of the city's soundtracks. This is the one. I say that every time, too. We know, Jedi. We know. I know, but, like, this is the one. I know. I know. Cute. Better. Thank you. You'd be streaking. Oh, my goodness. Can you even say that on the internet, sir? All right, not too bad, not too bad. Stu, I've definitely had, like, the evolution of, like, transforming stuff is fun. I don't have to keep doing this, but we definitely have created some traffic problems that we have, like, solved in a fun way. And the public transit imprint is really starting to get, like, nice and large in this city. Let's see, which is cool. It's fairly decent, like, it's almost citywide coverage, which is cool. Some neighborhoods are better served than others. I don't know if Drogon's still watching too, but we've been trying to push down here a bit more. The old part of the city. All right, well, let's just toss down some more signature buildings. Let's keep on up with some height here. I think the best cloverleaf out of nowhere that we built is this one here. We built by hand. And I only realized after I was done building it that it's a little bit off center. You can kind of see it this way, but has a nice kind of organic touch to it. We just built this just randomly. That one's cool. Every interchange has a little bit of like a quirky personality to it, you know? I always make fun of this one, but this one like aged, I think, rather nicely. And then our like diverging diamond, which also kind of evolved a little bit, you know? And our like, you know, meta about the pathways. All that stuff is cool. I don't want to like steer too far away from my original goal here, which is to kind of like, you know, learn and play and see and do. And I feel like lately we just enjoy chit-chatting with each other a lot, you know, and I'm a bit too all over the place, but we do have a real city to show for our hard work, and I like that. And it has been a barrel of fun. 10 out of 10 would do it again. I think, though, for, like, already thinking about our next series, we should have a bit more, like, rhyme and reason for its length. And a bit more, like, you know, goals in mind, I want to say. What in the heck is going on over here? Figure out that rail stuff in a second. Or the power lines in a second, sorry. Yeah, the platter, I don't know why I haven't jumped into that. Like, we're pretty far into this, so it's not impossible to, like, you know, make some changes. But I think we're kind of, like, already rolling well with what we have. I don't know if I want to add platter, but then it was my intention to kind of learn it. Because platter effectively just gives you more control over the space and the size of what you're trying to zone, right? I just tried without any like instruction or help or anything, just jumping into it, and I found it to be a little bit challenging for just kind of like the pick up and go of it. Even though it's like all these years later, I'm still kind of like stuck in a lot of like CS1 mods and mod functionality. Wish we could get better wall-to-wall for this one. A little bit of variety to the houses there. And then, yeah, what else do we got for plopping, eh? This is from Dubai. Cool. This is a residential tower. Whoa, that's cool. What a fountain? Whoa, what? Dude. That is crazy. You know that there's a vanilla dezoning tool? Yeah, it's not what I want though. I find, Stu, a lot of the stuff in vanilla is a good start, but it's not really what I want. And it makes me want to, like, you know, move to a mod. And I'm just kind of used to, like, you know, drawing with the pathways what side I want the zoning squares to be on, but even that's not a great solution. Another Tower of Dubai. Cool. Very tall. This is kind of the residential quadrant of the downtown, if you can call it that. Oh, that might be a spot. Nope, not quite. Oh, actually, that's not a bad spot. In, yeah. In this little corner post, even.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A heavy storm is approaching the city. Likely for the spring is very common. Traffic slowdowns.
Cool, another milestone.
Crops and property are expected.
Yeah, that's cool. I am so shocked at how beautiful the skyline is starting to look, eh? Doesn't take much. And I think in the grand scheme of us plopping down a bunch of these, we haven't really moved too many of them. The CN Tower controversy, sure, right? What is this? This one here is People Tower. Mixed use. Oh, I didn't realize. Speaking of which, oh no. Oh, no. We can pull that over. I did not realize. Here I am acting like, you know. Well, I mean, well. Hopefully you like trains if you live right here, eh? Oh my heaven. Working the night shift and like, you know, the 9 a.m. local going by. Like, oh goodness. That's not too bad. Steven, you know what? You're right. You cannot go wrong with a good bagel. And they say that to make a good bagel, it takes good water. Oh, heaven. Oh, heaven. So this is the byproduct of just doing a little bit of gentle zoning. We have created, unfortunately, a traffic... I don't know. I don't think it's bad. It's just a little bit too much volume, right? Okay, let's watch this for a second. Where are you all going? It's interesting how the simulation kind of like slows itself down to help with the calculations. Okay, building up the old port area dock. Yeah, Sharana, being known for many things, strangely is known for really good bagels. Not sure how it is in your neck of the woods, but... And then West Coast is just different water. They just taste different out here, you know? For me, it was the coffee initially. When I was making coffee at home, I kept thinking that I was like burning it or something because it had a very different taste profile, but it's just like mountain, glacier, runoff water full of all those, you know, extra particulates, you know, the good stuffs. And now other water just tastes like bland and sterile, you know? Sterile? Sterile. My little H&M boutique. Will that go near the mall? Let's go to the mall today. You. Oh, so you're saying West Coast is bad water? No, you can just taste the difference. It's like glacier runoff. Get that freshness, you know what I'm saying? East Coast water is just absolutely neutral and has zero taste to it, especially when done correctly. It shouldn't even taste like the, you know, the cleaning agents or anything. It just tastes like neutralness. Whereas out here, it's like, you know, get a sip of the mountains with you. Now, that doesn't really sell you. I don't know. You have to try it for yourself. I don't know. I just noticed the water tastes different. Leave me alone. I don't know. Gas station, cute. Starbucks.
Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames.
Starbucks next to the H&M, sure.
Fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires and remain at a safe distance until emergency services manage to get the fires under control.
Silver, I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the water you drank has probably been through a dinosaur already. You know what I'm saying? You can't think like that, okay? You know? Oh my god. Yeah, what doesn't have deer pee in it? Exactly. Well, didn't have that one on my bingo card. Alright, some office towers for the downtown. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah there, bud. And I downloaded, I got a museum. I got a museum for us to use, eh? Cute. Yeah. Close, but not quite. Yeah, I do really feel like we have a pretty high success rate of just plopping down a building, seeing if it passes like the vibe check and being like, oh yeah. That one wants to be against the road. Yeah, weird, eh? I'll find a better spot for that one. Speaking of which, oh, sorry, you're batting 100, are you? Well, yeah, aren't you? Hmm. Oh, that's great right there, actually. Like, I've been taking some screenshots too as the series evolves. Some of them I use for like the thumbnails and whatnot, but others are just kind of for like the vibe check. And it's really cool when you compare the skyline from a distance, especially, right? That should go in its own corner pocket. Looking so good. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It catches me off guard. We have like a real city now. And it's fascinating too how like the college campus kept a whole bunch of like open space. And then here is the concentration of the skyline, funny enough. And then we have a few like, you know, oddball towers there. It's really cool. And the rail coming in too, like it's well done. It's nifty. I don't know who's having problems here, but apparently we're having some. Oh, it's the absolutely the parking garage there. Uh-oh. Well, one of my approaches to fix this would be like a one-way system, or we like move the parking garage to be on its own one-way road or something. But I kind of like where that parking garage is. I think if we offer some more parking nearby, we can probably help alleviate some of that congestion. Steven, we'll see you soon, my friend. Appreciate you hanging out with us. You can go underneath the rail too. I love that. Oh, I love that. That's cool. All right, so more parking downtown. Let that kind of like crunch for a bit here. Get some more towers in. Well, that might be all the ones you've downloaded. It's getting addicting. Just downloading stuff, popping it in. Yeah, what do you got for over here though? The cathedral from Cologne. That could offer some options for the vibe that are different than Notre Dame. Beautiful cathedral in real life too. Shumway was actually just there, posted some pictures in our Discord. Yeah, bagels are bad in the UK, and the gluten-free ones that are nice are hard to find. Well, you know what that means. You got to start your own bagel business. It sounds like there is opportunity for some growth, right? Yeah, that's cool right there. I think that needs to be a little bit further back, though. But how do you make that look convincing? Let me just do that. That'll need its own, you know, courtyard plaza. If we could even get like an old school cemetery, that'd be kind of cool too. Oh, the Ferris wheel. Oh, that's a cute idea. The old dock area. Can keywall a bit more of that out. It's either that or the island, but I think it's a bit big for the island. And then where is my museum? The Tintin. That's so cute. Ah, I love it. Now, where do you want to live? Oh, the museum next to Moana? I think park maintenance might swap. Nothing right there.
Healthcare services are reporting citizens falling ill from
Oh.
that seems to have been contaminated by an as-yet unknown source. All
Wait.
citizens are advised to boil
Wait. I've contaminated our water. Whoa.
situations resolved.
I contaminated our water source. What happened?
Attention if you are suffering from sudden headaches.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I put the incinerator on our ground. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to move this. Oh my golly. I cannot fathom that we just did that, eh? Bro. I don't think I've ever... Like, that's not since, like, CS1 days. The Mona. Mona is how you say it? Oh, my days. I might move this for the sake of, like, keeping the groundwater. Or, hang on. Wait a minute. Do you have, geothermal? That'd be kind of cool. Oh, whoa. Don't you poison my citizens. I swear, I didn't mean to. Guys, let me know in the comments if you're watching this later. And you guys now, let me know your thoughts. Do we want to maybe try making our own power plants? Like our own hydroelectric dam somewhere? It would be, like, rather fun and challenging. We might need to download something that gives us a water source. But we could create our own little, like, mountain with a cute stream coming down, and we could just try. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, you know, or not, but... Would that be a fun challenge, I wonder? And oh my gosh, what have you done here? Oh my gosh, we've entirely... What do you mean, bro? The roundabout's supposed to save us. Oh my golly. Davis, I feel like yes. I just don't know what mod I need to give me a water source, though. My heart tells me yes, just to, like, experiment and try something, right? Yeah, I don't think we have bad traffic. It's just, you know, a little bit too much volume here and there, but let's not super cry over that. I've also never done nuclear, if you can imagine such a statement in this game. Yeah, geothermal, like, that's cool looking. Okay, so incinerator moving. And then that fits, like, rather nicely, right? And it's a cool looking facility too. So we'll take advantage of that water right there. I cannot believe I just did that though, eh? Rookie mistake there, bud. Rookie mistake. But I feel like that goes to show the in-game broadcast network alarm radio system. It played its part. This has been a test of the emergency broadcast system. You have passed the test. Have I? Yes, but you also killed a bunch of people. Oh. No, they just got sick. You're okay. And I think just to kind of, like, make this feel a bit more, you know, in air quotes, real here. We have the sewage treatment literally next door. Okay. Well, if that's the case, maybe we do the open one then. That's kind of cool along as an asset with this. If that can fit in the corner and look like it's part of it. No, not quite. There we go. Make it seem like it's part of the facility. Much better. All right, we got one vote for the dam. Any other thoughts on that? Or anybody know what mod I would need? I almost feel like we need to get rid of the roundabouts and then go back to traffic lights just to create the breaks in the traffic to let people in and out. But it's still, like, you can't really create a proper yield sign. Like, these guys have to yield to our friends in here, and yet they don't, you know what I mean? And you can kind of fix that if you change the roads around, but it's not. I don't think this is kind of like, this is not quite it. You know what I mean? Many things about this game. That's what I was saying to Stu earlier. It just feels like they're kind of like a quarter, maybe halfway through the implementation, or it's a really cool idea, but it'd be fun to like do it a bit differently. And you know what's so funny too is right after we changed back here, someone made a suggestion to have a marina behind the port area here. Sounds like a mod issue. No, it's just vanilla is still the issue, right? Take all the mods out. That problem still exists, unfortunately. All right, so the Tintin Museum. Where are we placing that? Did I accidentally pop that down, or is it still kind of in my holding hand here right now? Oh, adorable. Cute. That's very fun. Get the mods out. All right, I'm leaving. I don't think we actually have moderators here. I think Suski's a moderator here, funny enough. All right, another museum. Wow, this one is so big. Oh, I love it. Ooh. Beautiful old building, too. Yeah, these two are of that same kind of fun, old colonial architecture style. Maybe that needs to be better lined up, though. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely, yes. That's cool. Well, then, John, you have, like, a symbol next to your name. What is that shield? You know what I mean? What is that crown? Maybe you are a moderator here. Either way, I feel like I kind of like bounce back and forth. I do feel like I'm treating this more like a live stream lately and just kind of enjoying the hangout with you guys. And like our original goal was like, we're just, you know, live crafting a Let's Play. I don't really feel like we need moderation here yet. We're still kind of like flying under the radar of all the bots and all that stuff, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that pylon tower is going to make for good baseball. Oh, you're right. The other side, please. That's probably what it is, realistically, John. I remember we did try to stream like well over a year ago, and I just didn't really enjoy the experience. I thought it was a bit like bulky and like clunky, and it was like very challenging for discoverability. Not that it's like much better now, but it's easier now to find like a stream after the fact. And I think there's a bit more of like, yeah, you know, you can watch a live stream on YouTube these days kind of feeling. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to keep popping down. I'm on a good roll here with these buildings. This is how the workshop gets insanely out of control, though, right? I like this vibe, too. I feel like today, especially, I don't know, the last few episodes, I just kind of start where I'm, like, a little bit too over the place. And then by the end of the stream, we settle. And it's almost like, now I wish we could just kind of start the stream, now that we're, like, in this, you know. Funny enough, this is, like, I think the vibe we need to use to help us with our YouTube recording. I think in the future, what we'll probably do is, like, take the rest of the day off to make YouTube stuff, but trying to find that balance is still, like, part of the challenge. Yang! What up, dude? Yang, I ended up, look. I downloaded just for you, my friend. Oh, I gotta add some more stuff here before we're out of time, eh? I didn't get the big super one. I got the medium-sized one. But we got ourselves a Buc-ee's, baby. And then the Walmart has its own little shop and plaza area. And we could probably use a bit more generic zoning in here. Funny enough, no demand. And then more offices, much to my very pleasant surprise. Yeah, so long as YouTube doesn't go all time-lapse, I will always watch. I won't always time-lapse. Those are really, really, really hard and fun to make. I cannot emphasize how much time those things take, eh? I'm glad we made them when we did and we had, like, the momentum to make more, but I kind of like to try one of those for Cities 2, but I need a mod that holds my camera positions. That was part of the secret. Yang, I'm getting a bit carried away with our workshop content, but then the more I'm adding, the more I'm kind of like, man, that's so good to have, you know? Otherwise, yeah, quite a few custom buildings, a very delicious looking skyline. I have a nice mix of like old and new. And then out of nowhere, like look at this transformation down here, all the buildings we put in, right? And that Ferris wheel is heckin' cute. That needs its own key wall. We could probably do a bit more like boardwalk waterfront stuff. Then we can put in some more of the like, you know, these kind of buildings, the fishing stuffs. Mr. Chase, I don't mean to get so carried away. It's a balance, but sometimes I get too carried away. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, baseball. One of the greatest pastimes. Oh, I love me some baseball. Cute. Okay, so we got that little baseball stadium. Baseball field, baseball park. Didn't end up getting yet the bleachers for the other one, but you can kind of see they're probably in the workshop somewhere. Then what else is going to go near that Walmart, eh? Imperial distractions. They are real. And they are real, but don't tease me too much for them. I don't know. I try to have like a fun mix of like, we're going to keep it professional, we're going to learn, we're going to do some stuff, but we can test some things out. We can not be afraid to, you know, not know the answer to things. We can learn together. I can embarrass myself with my, you know, lack of knowledge sometimes, right? And get corrected by the, you know, the real answer. Oh, no, Jads. No. I saw those warehouses, eh? The UPS one and the DHL one. I think it would add a little bit of realism. And we did expand slightly in our port area. So we still have some room down there. And that becomes like a little pocket park right there, I think. It still needs something else, I think, eh? More park variety in general, I think would be kind of a nice thing. Whether that's like vanilla DLCs or like whatever. And I think the ability to, like, zone your own park. Yeah, zoning your own parking lot and zoning your own park. I feel like that would be, like, handy. And it'd be, like, pleasant for, like, the vanilla experience. I do believe, like, as this game gets good, the mods will start to really get good. And they're going to end up with, like, 2 different types of players. Those that mod and those that don't. And then the divide between that line is going to get so wide, too. Where you have people that do mod, but they have no idea what the other people are doing that are also modding. Like, even right now, you could ask me, you could show me some screenshots of, like, you know, CPP. Actually, CPP is not super heavy modded, so maybe not the best example, but... You know, like over on Twitch, like Canadian Moose, right? Some of the stuff, like the isometric cameras, you know, like the level of detail zoning. Some mods, how they overlap and interact with each other. I have no idea. Kind of crazy. Where I felt like in Cities 1, I was like, oh, I know the temperature of everything. I could look at a screenshot and be like, oh, that's this workshop item. And be like, oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Okay, that's not bad. Love to see some baseball. Maybe a soccer field here, too. Yeah, okay. The old sports ball. Okay, I'll give you an American football as well. I haven't put one of these down in a minute. Multi-purpose sports area here. Cute. And then there's nothing saying that we can't have some people living in here, too. We can zone some townhouses and stuff off this. Actually, that one could be like the Netherlands wall-to-wall. That could look really good if that gets the right wall-to-wall here. Look at our demand, too. Like, the office demand is really starting to rise. That means our... gosh, what are they called? The University College Campus Edition. It's all starting to come together. It's cool. All right, so Nederlande. Yeah, this one, please. And that can be our semi-detached. That one can be terrace in there. And this can be maybe like the bigger fields with one little set of row. Actually, let's see what that medium one there looks like. And then, you know what? A parking lot. Yeah. Forget the houses there. Yeah, the issues are that they dropped the ball with CS2. I don't think it will really recover. It might be time for CS3 investment. That honestly is a fair point. I kind of thought that the uptick would be much more noticeable by now, but I think a lot of people have moved on from cities. Or have just kind of gone into like a permanent, like, I'll just check it out, you know? What's this latest update? Or like, what are you working on, you know? Oh, that's fun. Okay. I'll see you in a few months. That's cool. Yeah, just a few more items over here. Like, if we were to download some more stuff, I guess big box would make sense for over here, right? I've pretty much used up all of our goodies. Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's my homework. We got to still figure out our neons. We want to see the day-night cycle if we can really quickly here. Run out of time, of course, as always. Start strong. End strong. We started a little bit odd today, though, I think, eh? But we got there, though. I was just kind of curious to see what this building looked like at night. Like, how do you get that neon, right? I want those elsewhere. Oh, well. Oh, well. And I did check for some spotlights. That kind of stuff just doesn't seem to exist yet in the workshop. Quigglies! Yo, thanks, man. This is basically the end of today's stream. We're back again on Friday, though, and we are now 18 episodes in. Is this a tornado? Oh, forest fire. But yeah, like, what a fun build. What a fun city. It's looking good. All right, so if we can remember for next episode, that is nightlife activities. Nightlife, oh, God. Nightlife lighting. Public transit to fix our roads, sure. Some more big box stuff for the Walmart. Absolutely. That's kind of cool how that's just kind of expanded too. And you guys give me some ideas. What are some things we need, eh? I think more sports ball, more buildings. Oh my heaven. There is never an end. But yes, let's end here because I will just keep on going. You guys drop me your comments and your suggestions. Feel free, of course, to get caught up. And any episode you're watching, just drop me a thought, eh? I'm slow to respond to comments, and then I suddenly just do a bulk of them at once. I really enjoy reading them, and they're very helpful, too, just for, like, the algorithmic, all that stuff, you know? And then, speaking of which, if you're enjoying, or you did enjoy, or any of that kind of stuff, hit the like button. And subscribing's free. Get your money's worth. Otherwise, that is it. I'll see you guys back on Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we're going to be adding a new day soon. We've been talking about that, but a new day soon with a different game. So we can just try to go a little bit wider with our content over here. But, you know, we're great at planning and we're not great at doing. So we got to connect more of these dots. Anyway, that is all. We've got homework. You guys have yourself a great week. And I will see you, I'll see you later. Love, peace, and hair grease. Canada checking out. Until Friday, my friends. Adios.